So there was this girl in my car the other day. Fuck, what a start to a video. But yeah, man, there was this girl in my car the other day. We were just talking about how most guys like don't know shit about Riz and actually how to talk to girls, but I didn't really believe her. So I took a look at her phone. Yeah, I snatched her phone. I went on Tinder, and you know she's an attractive girl. So obviously I knew that she'd have hundreds of guys in her DMs. I was expecting that. I was right about that, but what I wasn't expecting, it was what these guys were texting her. Fucking double texts, even triple texts sometimes. What did I do wrong, baby? I can't get you out of my mind. Can I get your name tatted on my ass? What the fuck? There is no way in hell. This is literally how guys like text and even act around girls these days. I think I saw this text, and there was this one guy who literally blamed his own disability for why to get with this girl. Yeah, I haven't taken my meds today, so I was hoping I could come see you. Otherwise, I'll die. Yeah, that's literally what he said. And yeah, man, if this is how guys like text girls these days, I don't even want to think about how they actually act around them in person. They do things like cower up their body language. They put on this like slightly more sexy face than their usual face. They look slightly somewhere else to where the girl is so that they don't make eye contact. But honestly, like guys, your competition isn't too high. But yeah, man, I mean, I'll admit though, there was a time where I was also extremely socially anxious around girls. There I was, an ugly high schooler with a retarded haircut. I hated the way I looked, and I was just so fucking insecure of my looks, man. And that fucking translated to my real life, my friendships. My dating life was non-existent. I would instinctively dart my eyes somewhere else when a girl looked at me. Yeah, man, to say I was just a little insecure, I mean, that's like saying Hitler only committed a slight war crime. Yeah, I mean, I think he did a lot more than just that. And I mean, to top it all off, I was chronically on social media 24/7, which I mean just made my low self-esteem like 5 times worse. But I mean, the world dealt me those cards, and I said fuck you to the world. And I worked like ruthlessly on my attractiveness. I got 5 times more attractive. I worked on my social skills. I can actually talk to girls now. Yeah, I mean, this happened over the course of like 2 years. I mean, obviously I'm still like, I still sometimes get like socially anxious around girls because, you know, I am a human. For me, like finding out, like after looking at those texts that the girl had, I mean, it just baffled me because I just couldn't believe that there are guys out there that were like 5 times worse than where I began. And I mean, it got me thinking like why guys like this? You know, we're all socially anxious around girls for a reason. And it's simply because we place them higher than ourselves. I mean, it's no like different than you like kneeling before a fucking king or something, or like talking to your favorite YouTuber. You place them higher than yourself. You think they know more than you. You place yourself way beneath them. It's like you place yourself way beneath them before you even like speak to them, before you even like know them. That's your brain is your biggest hater, bro. I mean, if that doesn't scream low self-esteem, I don't know what does. That's pretty much the sole reason why you're socially anxious around girls. It's because you have low self-esteem. Because of this, you're backed with like a lot of like neediness and desperation, because you have lacked this like fundamental skill growing up. And when a girl actually does talk to you, you act in this like weird needy way to try to like retain their attention, even if you have to like embarrass yourself as well, because you're simply just scared to lose them, because you don't talk to many girls. Don't ask how I know that in pure detail. But yeah, man, this is how a majority of guys are nowadays. But a big part of why is social media. Look, I mean, everyone's on social media getting brainwashed and whatnot, but one of the things that's making guys have low self-esteem is like fake standards, right? When pretty much all you see on Instagram are like jacked, fucking muscular dudes, rich guys with heaps of girls. I mean, obviously that's gonna affect your self-esteem, because you're probably just this young guy who doesn't have much going for him. And yeah, since you're on social media 24/7, since you're on Instagram, fucking TikTok 24/7, of course, that's gonna affect your mental health and your like social well-being, your social self-esteem. And of course you're gonna feel shit. Another cause of like low self-esteem in terms of like social media is online dating. Yeah, just online dating in general, online dating apps. Me and the girl were just like on Tinder swiping for fun, and I kid you not, she swiped left, sorry, on like 99% of guys. So she said no to 99% of guys, and she only swiped right on like 5 people out of like 200. I mean, that just goes to show how like out of the gate and out of proportion like girls' standards are compared to guys. Albeit I will admit that the average like dating profile for a guy is so shit. So I mean, I don't really blame them, if I'm being honest. And I mean, these days, like, since online dating is so prominent, I'm pretty sure like 60% of, or like some shit like that, 60% of like relationships start online. Of course, like guys are gonna start comparing their lackluster performance online on dating apps into real life, and they're gonna start correlating their shitty fucking performance into like talking with real girls, and then they're just gonna be shit. When guys use Tinder and get 0 matches, of course they're gonna think that in real life as well. But the thing is, like, dating apps are all about your looks, man, and in real life, obviously, there's more to dating than just your looks. When girls pretty much have infinite options to choose from, even if like she left swiped on all of them, at the end of the day, she'll never be lonely. Whereas guys have no one, or like the average guy gets like, I don't know, what, 5 likes per month or some shit like that. And those are probably fucking Alexa 21 5 miles away who's a bot. But yeah, man, like I said, like most guys' dating app profiles are shit. They all look garbage. They're not even putting any effort into themselves, and it's like, I mean, of course girls are gonna be picky as fuck. It's not only dating apps and fake standards that cause low self-esteem. In my opinion, there's one more big one. When you constantly see hot girls half naked on Instagram, I mean, what do you do? You get horny, then you go watch porn, and then you jerk off to the most fucked up porn you've ever seen. Triple gangbang, guzzly fucking cum, jiggly balls, bro. Thing is, you just get fucked up. Your mind, you get fucked up. You start seeing girls in a weird way, and I mean, that doesn't help anyone. Now, porn is like horrible and everything. Porn is fucking terrible. Like, no one should be watching porn. But I do think everyone's brain should be sexual to a certain extent. You know, you don't want to catch a charge or anything. But I do actually think sexualizing girls is good to a certain extent. See, again, I need to make that clear so you guys don't take that the wrong way. Fuck, I'm so gonna get cancelled for saying that. I actually think sexualization is actually good for your brain as long as you use like your own imagination instead of watching porn. Or like, you know, actually get a girlfriend. Because I mean, sexualization is completely healthy, guys. You don't want to completely block it off and like just see girls as just like a piece of cardboard. Because I mean, if you do that, and if you can't even like get turned on from seeing like a girl with a fat ass in the gym or something, you're gonna turn a little asexual. Trust me. I know. I always used to be super serious on like NoFap and shit, and I would always like, whenever I saw like a girl with a fat ass or something like that, I would just turn my mind off to it. You might think that's a good thing, like, oh, holy shit, desexualizing your brain is the cheat code. You might think that's good, but honestly, guys, I became pretty asexual, like to a point where I didn't get turned on by a lot of different things when I should have. And do you really think that's normal? Because I don't. Well, anyways, instead of like seeing girls as just a piece of paper, I mean, you shouldn't see them as a piece of meat either. You shouldn't just sexualize them and be like a rapey guy. Instead, I reckon you should be more in the middle. Where, I mean, be flirty, be funny, be like, have a little bit of sex appeal, have a bit of charm about you. Because I feel like guys either over-sexualize girls or they don't sexualize them at all, which honestly I think both are equally as bad. Do you think like either of those two, if you're over-sexualized or you're under-sexualized them, I mean, I think they both are reasons why you might be socially anxious around girls. Because if you over-sexualize girls, then you're gonna be like too scared to talk to them straight up because of this weird like mental image that you've made of them. But if you don't sexualize them at all, you probably won't be anxious around them, but I mean, you'll probably end up pretty good friends with them. I mean, if that's what you're going for. If you actually like want to attract girls, bro, you gotta be a little sexual. to a certain extent again, and just less boring, less of a boring guy in general. So yeah, man, honestly, it's not your fault, bro. Like, I think social media just like bumfucked our generation. Like, actually, like, put our generation on all fours, put us on our knees, bro, and just fucking. But yeah, man, if you just stay away from these social media standards, porn, and dating apps, and just work on yourself, build a bit of muscle, work on your social skills, be like, have a much better personality, you're not gonna be lonely anymore, and you're not gonna be anxious around girls. I bet you like a gazillion bucks on that. But speaking of loneliness, if you want an entirely free course on how to beat loneliness, so you go from step 0, so you got no girls, you got no friends, you're just a completely lonely guy, and you want to go to step 100, so you got some actual genuine friends, a potential girlfriend, and all that, I made a step-by-step course on how to do that, 100% free for you guys. So if you're interested, there's the first link in the description below. But thank you, and don't forget to subscribe.